If he'd have followed the rules, they'd all still be alive right now.
Jim, why are you so eager to take any of this at face value, Jim?
There has got to be an explanation. And none of you fucking people seem to be looking for it.
What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is The Boy in White Ultimate Breakdown. Who is the Boy in White? What is the Boy in White? Is he good or is he evil? I think that a lot of people are confused about this, and I think 50-50 split is where we're at right now. So I'm going to tell you exactly all the things you have missed that point in one direction or the other when we're dealing with good or evil. Now, I'll tell you right off the bat that I believe that the Boy in White is evil, and I think it's been proven many times in the show. But I'll also go over who I think he actually is, or what he actually is. We'll go through all that in this video. If you like the way I do this, please do me a favor, thumbs up the video. Let's try to get the 500 likes so we can trigger the YouTube algorithm. And after that, subscribe if you want more content. Let's go. In order to know exactly what the Boy in White is up to, let's take this right from the top when we first find out about the Boy in White. I'll put all these clips in order the way they should be shown in the show. We were initially led to believe that the first time Victor seen the Boy in White was when he came out and the massacre had occurred, but that's not true. The first time he sees the Boy in White is with Christopher. He thought Christopher was talking to Jasper, then his memory comes back, and then all of a sudden he sees that Christopher is talking to the Boy in White. It's during this conversation we learn that the children were sacrificed by their parents and the people that they were loved. They were basically betrayed by them. But what is interesting about this whole situation is when he tells him this whole story, Christopher does not believe it. He actually calls the Boy in White a liar. His exact words were, "Everything lies here," that everything is lying in this place. You can't believe anything that's going on in this place. It's Victor then who overhears this conversation, and then he runs back and tells his mother that the Boy in White told Christopher that he needed to go through the faraway tree. So this is what makes her go through the faraway tree. And when she goes through the faraway tree, or attempts to go to it, what happens? It just so happens that Smile Monster is waiting for her. If we see, he's not walking around, and you can easily see he knew she was coming and was waiting. Probably not her, probably Christopher is who he was waiting for, but Miranda was there instead. So if he was waiting there to kill Christopher, who was the one that told him that Christopher would be there and to wait there? There's only one other person there, and that would be the Boy in White was trying to take out Christopher. Now, before I go forward with this story, in order to understand exactly what's going on, we got to go back again. Christopher was told by the Boy in White to go through the faraway tree. Smile Monster was waiting for him. Who else went through the faraway tree? Oh, that would be Martin, who was what? Who was captured. And what did he say about the faraway tree?
You go one place, come out another. Sometimes you get stuck. Sometimes you get trapped. Now that's when they get you.
Why'd he put so much emphasis on that's when they get you? He was talking normal the whole time. And then all of a sudden, that's when they get you. There's a reason why he did that. And there's a reason why he had to put that on there like that, because that is when the people who had him trapped, not the people in the forest that are chasing everybody, the people who are above them, that's how they trap you. What do we know about the faraway trees? Who told people to go in there? Only one person I know, and that's the Boy in White. After this is when Victor says that he first sees the Boy in White, when he comes out of the bunker and everybody is massacred in town. This is the first time Victor remembers seeing the Boy in White at this time, right? He comes out and everybody is dead. They're all on the street. The Boy in White, what's he doing? He's walking down the dead bodies like it's no problem. He jumps on the merry-go-round like there's not a care in the world, right? Not like there's no dead bodies around, not that the whole town was massacred. He's not sad about that at all. He's telling Victor to come join him. But if he was there to help Victor and to get Victor through it, then why'd he disappear and leave Victor there all by himself? Because the boy in white's plan worked. He got the town massacred. This is the same episode where Victor tells Ethan and shows him about the Faraway tree, and then Victor puts it all together at the end when he realizes that the dogs link up with the boy in white, which links up with the Faraway tree, which then links up with the massacre in the street. Let's keep rolling on this subject and keep it going. So the boy in white, let's look at him physically. He's a kid who's inside of these white clothing. These white clothing seem to be pristine. They seem to be never getting dirty at all. How is that possible? Does he have Tide Pods on him or something? Because everybody else seems to be filthy. But we do see other people in this show that have the exact same trait, and that are the monsters. The monsters always look pristine before they come out and kill you. But we see that when they're in their original form, their clothes are filthy, their clothes are dirty, and they don't look so good. So why does the boy in white have this same acumen? To me, I believe that the boy in white has the same type of glamour on that these creatures have on them, because they look great too until we truly see what they look like. And we haven't truly seen what the boy in white looks like yet. So that brings me to another point, and that is the picture that we see right in the beginning of the show. From the beginning of the show, in the opening credits, we can see that there is a grown man inside of the boy in white's clothing. And it just so happens that his mouth is shaped like a crow. Now, we know that Miranda is the one who supposedly was supposed to have drawn this picture of the boy in white. But the boy in white, to me, when we look at this, we can clearly see that this is not a boy. This is a grown-ass man. Now, I know that the person who did it was one of the showrunners, maybe Jack Bender or something, and he went on a couple of interviews and he said that every time he draws kids, that they somehow come out and look like adults. That's what he said in his interview. Now, if you want to believe the guy, I'm not going to tell you not to, but I also have a bridge in Brooklyn that I'd like to sell you, because his own show, the show itself, contradicts his statement.
Running around a magical forest doing good, popping up in people's dreams. And
I don't think he really was a little boy. I don't think he really was a little boy. I don't think he really was a little boy.
So if we are to believe him, then we have to believe that that line put in the show that he knew about, that was put in the show, was just put there by what? A mistake? They just made it up just to say it? No, it's in there because that's what it's supposed to be, because he's not a little boy. And it's no coincidence that this mouth of his looks like a crow. I guess maybe that's just how he draws mouths too. Everybody's mouth he draws looks like a crow, right? So we're on Sarah. Let's continue with Sarah. We see Sarah get the message on her arm to kill the boy. Now, the people that put that message on her arm are also the same people, right, that showed her Father Khattri's drawing that he buried in there with the UFO thing on the chocolate bar, right? And she says specifically that these people are captured and they want to go home too. So again, there are two sets of people here that she's talking to. She hears two different voices and stuff, right? She hears the voices that are messing with her, but then we hear these voices that tell her to kill the boy and that they are also trapped, and by killing the boy, they will also be able to go home themselves, right? So she mistakenly thinks the boy is Ethan, but I do believe 100% that the boy they were telling her to kill was the boy in white, and she just mixed it up. After the massacre at Colony House, Victor goes into the tree. He finds himself in the tunnels, and this is where he finds Tabitha. He says that the boy in white told him that Tabitha would be there. How did the boy in white know Tabitha would be there? We only know one person that knew Tabitha would be there.
Your wife shouldn't have dug that hole, Jim.
So the only one that knew that she was digging that hole was the man in yellow that we knew, unless the boy in white somehow can be inside people's houses and nobody could see him. How would he have that knowledge of this going down? Also, when we look at the cave drawings, they do look kind of childish. Now, I don't believe the monsters drew them, and I know that this just predicts exactly how, if somebody dies, one of the monsters, that they come back to life, and that's the smile monster at this particular time. But it's a good chance to me that the boy in white is the one who wrote all these drawings on the wall. I have a lot more proof and a lot more evidence that points to the direction that I'm trying to sway you to, or just tell you exactly what's going on. But in order for me to go into those other things, I'm going to have to go into the man in yellow. So I'm not going to do that in this video. In fact, I'll do it in my next video. I will feature the man in yellow and show you exactly how he connects to the boy in white and everything else that's going on in this from Ville. But in the end, all you got to do is let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think the boy in white is good? Do you actually think he's a boy? Or do you think the boy in white is evil? Let me know how you feel in the comment section, and I'll drop that video most likely tomorrow. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe, support the channel. We'll be doing from live streams once again, and I'll see you next time. And until then, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.